Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Wednesday, 28th day of August, 27th day of Av. We're getting very near the end of this unit where we've been discussing gozes. That's shearing on Shabbos. You're not allowed to shear on Shabbos. And it could happen that you could get into trouble with shearing on Shabbos by doing certain things as we've discussed. Now, here comes your next one. You're eating a piece of chicken on Shabbos, and you notice a feather or a piece of a feather sticking out of the piece of the chicken that you're eating, and it's kind of disgusting, and you would like to just yank it off. Believe it or not, there are some rabbis who say that there could possibly be an issue of gozes there because plucking feathers out of an animal would be one of the categories of gozes or shearing, and you're not allowed to do that on Shabbos. Now, this animal in front of you is dead and cooked, and so you're probably thinking, oh, come on, that's not really gozes. The animal's been killed, and the animal is cooked, and it's lying on my plate. And if you're thinking that, you should just know that a lot of rabbis agree with you on that, and most of the poskim rule that it's not going to be a problem for you to pluck that feather. Don't tune out yet because there's a little bit more to say, but most of the rabbis feel that that's not going to be gozes. One strong contributing factor is the fact that the chicken is cooked and the feather has loosened itself quite a bit from the hold on the chicken, and pulling it out can therefore be considered to be not really plucking it from the chicken because it's already hanging kind of loose. So as far as gozes is concerned, most rabbis say that there's no problem pulling that feather out of the piece of chicken that you want to eat. However, you have one more consideration, and that is that you're not allowed to do borer. And borer is when you select the bad out of the good from things that are in front of you. Now, if selecting the feather away from the chicken, which is the good part, would be considered borer, so you need to get around borer also if you want to comfortably pluck that feather and eat the chicken. So you have two ways to get that done. The first way is going to sound so interesting to you if you've never heard this before. You hold on the feather and you pull the chicken away from the feather. That way, you have selected the good from the bad, and that's not borer. But you cannot hold the chicken and pull away the feather. That would be considered selecting the bad from the good, which is what you're not allowed to do on Shabbos. If that all sounds a little bit hard for you to accomplish, there's one more simple way, and that is you can just remove the feather together with the small piece of chicken that comes with it, and then it's not considered borer because you took the chicken away from the chicken, which is not selecting the bad from the good. If you've never heard about borer and its laws before, this probably sounds really weird to you, but trust me, there's a whole unit in borer that's all about discussions like this, selecting that you're not allowed to do on Shabbos. One more example of that kind of selecting, by the way, would be when a fly is found floating in your drink. You can't just pluck the fly out of the drink, that would be borer, but you could spoon out the fly with some of the drink along with it, and similarly you would not be guilty of selecting the bad from the good on Shabbos, because you've now selected some of the drink from the drink, which is good from good, and there just happens to be a fly in the drink that you just selected away. Okay, now you've learned something new, or maybe you already knew this. I don't know. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.